Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive while others tread water in the same place? What if the secret to greatness isn't a giant leap, but a single quiet step? As one year fades and a new one rises, there's a rare moment to pause, reflect, and transform. The journey to greatness doesn't start with a spotlight or a grand gesture. It begins quietly, with just one small step. As we leave the year 2023 behind, we're standing at a powerful crossroad. And in this moment, one question echoes louder than ever. What can I do today to become the best version of myself tomorrow? As the final chapter of 2023 gently closes, a new dawn begins to stir. It's more than just the turning of a calendar page, it's an invitation, a moment for reflection, yes, but also anticipation. Because life is like an uncharted journey, and every single day is a fresh chance to steer our course. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. Contrary to what many think, they weren't just lofty philosophers, lost in thought. They were grounded, practical realists, deeply in tune with the rhythm of life. Imagine this, a quiet evening in late 2023. You're sitting alone, reflecting. The past lingers behind you, the future looms ahead. And in that stillness, you begin to wonder, not about resolutions you'll forget, but about habits that could truly reshape your life. That's what this video is about. Here are 10 Stoic-inspired habits, carefully crafted to help you transition from 2023 into 2024 with clarity, purpose, and strength. These aren't abstract ideas for pondering. They are practical actions, ready to be lived. And don't worry, we're not diving into ancient jargon. This is Stoicism for the modern world, clear, direct, and instantly applicable. Habit 1. Start small. George Washington, the man who helped birth a nation, once repeated a humble Scottish proverb, "Many mickles make a muckle." It sounds simple, but within it lies a powerful truth. Greatness is built from the ground up. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, echoed the same wisdom. Well-being is realized by small steps, but it's no small thing. He understood that transformation doesn't come from giant leaps. It's born from consistent, deliberate strides. Think of it like planting seeds. Each tiny seed holds the potential for something magnificent. So, how do we apply this? Let's say your goal is to read more in the coming year. Instead of declaring, "I'll finish 50 books," simply commit to reading one page a day. It's like building a mosaic. Every small piece contributes to the grand design. Because a long walk always begins with a single step, and every habit starts with one intentional action. James Clear, in his best-selling book, Atomic Habits, brings this home. The true power of habits isn't in their size, it's in their consistency. An atom, though the smallest unit of matter, contains explosive energy. In the same way, your tiniest habits have the potential to create massive change. And here's a Stoic secret worth remembering. It's not just about doing small things, it's about thinking small. Avoid the trap of lofty, unreachable promises. Instead, zoom in. Focus on the immediate, the doable, the now. Because when you link together these small victories, they eventually build something extraordinary. Even the greatest river begins as a quiet trickle. So, as we take our first steps into 2024, let's embrace the simple but profound power of starting small. And that brings us to habit 2. So, as we embrace the power of starting small, let's take one more step, a step inward. Because often, the real barrier isn't what's around us, it's what brews within us. Habit 2. Stop letting anxiety rule over you. Anxiety is like a thick fog, clouding your vision, distorting reality. Suddenly, minor problems feel like mountains, and Simple tasks become overwhelming hills to climb. The key? Clear the fog. See the world not as your fears describe it, but as it truly is. And this is where mindfulness steps in. Not as a trendy buzzword, but as a powerful Stoic tool. Just pause. Take a slow, intentional breath and ask yourself, is this fear based on something that's actually happening or something I'm imagining might happen? 9 times out of 10, you'll discover it's the latter. Now let's bust a common myth. Anxiety is not some early warning system that prepares you for danger. In fact, it does the opposite. It doesn't prepare you. It paralyzes you. It's like sitting in a rocking chair, lots of movement, but you're going nowhere. That's why, as we step into a new year, we must make a conscious decision to free ourselves from this invisible burden, to walk forward with a calm mind and a courageous heart. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Because at the end of the day, the only storm you truly need to weather is the one raging inside you. Habit 3. Create a routine. Picture your day as a blank canvas. Left unplanned, it becomes a mess of random strokes and missed moments. But with a routine, that same canvas can transform into a masterpiece of intention and energy. Now, don't mistake this for rigidity. The power of a routine isn't in strict rules. It's in giving your energy direction. Seneca, the Stoic sage whose wisdom still echoes today, once said, "Life without a design is erratic." He understood that a well-designed day isn't just productive, it's purposeful. So how do you design a routine that actually works? Don't copy someone else's schedule. Craft one that fits your rhythm. Are you someone who finds clarity in the stillness of morning? Or do your ideas come alive as the sun begins to set? Start by identifying when you feel most energized and protect those prime hours. Use them for your highest value work, the things that demand focus, creativity, and care. For me, mornings are sacred. Before the world rushes in, I take a walk, reflect, and dive into creative work. It's not about controlling the morning, it's about owning it. But remember, a routine shouldn't just serve your work. It should also nourish your whole being. Weave in habits that renew your mind, body, and soul. Read a few pages. Move your body. Spend real time with the people you love. And most importantly, stick to it. Because consistency is what turns a routine into a way of life. As Seneca taught, principles are necessary, and a routine, that's just a principle you practice every single day. When you embrace that structure, you'll start to see the chaos fade, replaced by something far more powerful, a calm, focused, intentional life. Now let's move to habit 4, and it starts with something both simple and deeply challenging. As we talked about owning our time and creating intentional routines, another vital Stoic lesson comes to light: mastering ourselves before anything else. Habit 4. Give yourself the order to stop. Sometimes the greatest victories aren't fought on battlefields, but in the quiet moments when we choose discipline over impulse. And the key to that kind of victory? It begins with a single powerful command: stop. This isn't about suppressing yourself, it's about taking back control. It's about stepping out of autopilot mode and becoming the one at the wheel. Seneca, the Stoic sage who never minced words, once noted, "We are all slaves to something." But here's the beauty of Stoicism: we hold the keys to our own chains. So how do we use those keys? Start by identifying one thing, just one, that subtly holds you back. Maybe it's that extra shot of caffeine you know you don't need, or the endless scroll through social media that leaves you feeling drained instead of inspired. Acknowledge it. Recognize how it chips away at your energy, your clarity, your freedom. And then, don't wait for the right time. Give yourself the order to stop. This isn't about easing into change. It's about drawing a line in the sand, a firm, deliberate act of liberation. Because when you do that, you're not just breaking a habit, you're reclaiming your autonomy, your will, your power. And as you carry this principle into 2024, let this be your inner anthem. You are the commander of your destiny, and your first command, master yourself. Habit 5, free up precious resources. Let's talk about something we all claim to lack, time. We say there's never enough of it. Yet a glance at our screen time tells another story, doesn't it? The truth is, it's not about having more time. It's about using the time we already have, wisely. Stoicism is clear on this. Focus on what truly matters, Epictetus, known for. His brutally practical wisdom once said, "If you wish to improve, be willing to appear clueless or stupid about some things." That's not humility, it's strategy. He's telling us, choose your priorities. Let go of the need to know or do everything, and instead protect what's essential. So how do we do that? Step 1, awareness. Become intensely aware of where your time actually goes. Track your hours for a day, or better, for a week. You might be shocked by how many minutes are swallowed by low-value distractions. Then comes step 2, action. Start by trimming the fat. Limit your time on apps that drain you. Set boundaries around when and how you consume the news. Avoid aimless web browsing that leads nowhere. This isn't about cutting yourself off from the world. It's about choosing not to drown in it. Because when you reclaim your time, you rediscover your life. Suddenly there's space again for your dreams, your loved ones, your growth. This habit isn't just time management. It's life management. It's about making sure that the hours you live are spent on what enriches you, not what exhausts you. So as we move into the new year, carry this reminder from Epictetus. Time is your most precious asset. Spend it on what truly builds you. Habit 6, do something difficult. Every January, Seneca didn't just talk about discipline, he demonstrated it. He would plunge into the freezing waters of the Tiber River, not for pleasure, but to make a point. I am in control. I command myself. That act wasn't about cold water. It was about the fire it lit within him, a fire of self-mastery, resilience, and mental strength. So how can you bring this Stoic challenge into your own life? It starts with a choice. After choosing to face something difficult, the next step is to actually do it, not for the sake of discomfort, but for the growth it brings. Habit 6, do something difficult. Pick a challenge, something that stretches you, makes you a bit uneasy. It doesn't have to be extreme. It could be as simple as waking up an hour earlier than usual, taking a cold shower, speaking up in a meeting, or starting a skill you've long avoided. The point isn't the task itself. It's the act of stepping beyond your comfort zone, because it's in those raw, uncomfortable moments that we discover who we really are. It's there, in the friction, that we grow. And the real essence of this practice, it's not about how hard the task is. It's about proving that your will can override your instincts. It's a powerful declaration that says, I am more than my fears. I am more than hesitation. So, as you take on something that challenges you, carry Seneca's quiet message in your heart. I control my actions, my reactions, and my mind. Let 2024 be the year you stop avoiding discomfort and start conquering it, because when we lean into challenges, we don't just survive them, we thrive through them. Habit 7, associate with people who make you better. Now let's shift focus from the challenges inside us to the influences around us. The people we spend time with, they shape us more than we care to admit. It's like walking through a forest. Every step, every path leads you somewhere. But the company you walk with, they often determine where and how you arrive. This truth isn't new. The Stoics deeply understood the power of association. Seneca, in his timeless letters, urged his readers to surround themselves with people who sparked growth and wisdom. He once wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." And this isn't just about choosing friends. It's about choosing influences, those subtle yet powerful forces that shape our thoughts, behaviors, and aspirations. So how do we apply this today? Start by taking a sincere look at your inner circle. Who are the people you spend the most time with? Do they inspire you? Do they hold you accountable, challenge you to grow, and reflect the kind of person you strive to become? This isn't about finding perfect people. No one is. It's about choosing those who nurture your potential. Think of it like soil. The richer and more supportive the environment, the stronger your roots, and the taller you grow. Seneca warned, "If you dwell with those who limp, you will learn to limp too." So this isn't just about avoiding toxic influences. It's about intentionally planting yourself in a garden of good ones. Form your own Stoic circle. It could be a book club, a group chat for reflection and growth, or simply a few friends who are also committed to becoming better. Engage in real conversations, challenge ideas, lift each other up. Because as Seneca also said, we learn as we teach. When you surround yourself with those who raise your standards, you don't just keep pace, you rise above. Let 2024 be the year you curate your circle, intentionally and wisely. And now let's turn to habit 8, a habit that might just change how you face every transition ahead. Having the courage to embrace change is only the beginning. What truly matters next is how we adapt to it. Habit 8. Stop fearing change. Change is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Like a tree swaying in the storm, your strength doesn't come from resisting the wind, but from learning how to bend without breaking. That's what true adaptability is. And let's be clear, adaptability is not passivity. It's not about letting life toss you around. It's about responding with intention, finding ways to thrive no matter what comes your way. Life is in constant motion, new seasons, unexpected challenges, shifting goals. And through it all, the Stoics remind us, your thoughts shape your experience. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. So why fear what's inevitable?" Let 2024 be the year you ride the waves of change, not with fear, but with grace. Face new challenges as opportunities to grow. Step into uncertainty, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a creator of your own evolution. Because change doesn't just test you, it reveals you. Habit 9. Say no to the inessential. In today's world, we're bombarded with options, notifications, requests, temptations pulling us in every direction. And in this chaos, the ability to say no becomes a superpower. Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled one of the greatest empires in history, understood this well. He once observed, "Much of what we do is not essential." Think about that. So many of our daily actions, meetings, social obligations, endless to-do lists, don't actually move us closer to who we want to become. By saying no to what doesn't matter, we create space for what truly does. So where do you begin? Start by evaluating your commitments. Ask yourself, does this align with my values, my vision, my purpose? It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of activity that feels productive, but leads nowhere. That's why learning to say no isn't about being distant or unhelpful. It's about protecting your time, your focus, your energy. Because every time you say yes to something insignificant, you're unintentionally saying no to something that really matters. Let's flip that. Let your yes be sacred. Say yes only to what enriches you, your personal growth, your meaningful relationships, your deepest passions. A wholehearted yes is more than a response. It's a declaration of what you stand for. So as 2024 begins, carry this principle with you. At every moment, ask yourself, as Aurelius did, is this necessary? Let this be the year you refine the subtle but powerful art of saying no, and in doing so, craft a life filled with clarity, purpose, and deep satisfaction. And that brings us to Habit 10, where we explore the quiet power of returning to your rhythm, again and again, no matter how many times life pulls you off course. So when life pulls you off track, don't be discouraged. What truly matters is that you always find your way back to your rhythm, your purpose, your path. Habit 10. Come back to what matters. As Epictetus once said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We will all stumble. We will all drift. But growth begins the moment we choose to return, again and again, to what truly matters. As we step boldly into 2024, let's not carry Stoicism merely as an idea tucked in the pages of philosophy books. Let's carry it as a way of living, embedded in our daily choices, our small habits, our quiet decisions. Because the journey towards self-discipline, resilience, and serenity isn't marked by a single grand act. It's carved into the everyday moments, the ones when we pause, reflect, and act with intention. Each day ahead is a blank canvas, and your actions, they're the brushstrokes. Together, they form the masterpiece of your life. So start today. Pick just one practice. Maybe it's a quiet moment of morning reflection. Maybe it's choosing kindness when it would be easier to ignore. Maybe it's saying no to a distraction, or yes to something that feeds your soul. And watch what happens. Watch how even the smallest change begins to shift your world. And as you grow, we'd love to hear your story, your reflections, your experiences, your transformation. They're what keep this journey alive. Together, we walk this path, not alone, but as a community shaped by wisdom and intention. So thank you. Thank you for being here, for choosing to grow, for showing up, not just for this video, but for your life. And if this message spoke to you, don't stop here. Watch our next video for deeper Stoic wisdom, practical guidance, and daily inspiration to keep your momentum strong. Your journey continues there, and we'll be right beside you.